Okay, I don't see how we only have 15 minutes. That's crazy. I'm going to be rubbing some tea tree oil on myself to kind of protect me from these bug bites while I'm outside grounding. And while I tell you what my first time taking Adderall was like. So Adderall, it's a stimulant, and I was prescribed it last week, Thursday. I picked it up on Monday, and my first time taking it was last night. And it's like, yeah, I took a stimulant towards the end of the day. The reason why I did this and thought it would be okay is because I've been able to drink coffee at night and still go to sleep, even though I am sensitive to coffee. So that's changing. Like it's getting to the point where I definitely have to take coffee earlier in the day. I don't use coffee that much. I don't use coffee to manage my ADHD symptoms at all. I just really like the taste of coffee, and every once in a while I will have some. And most of the time I'll do decaf if I do it. So I ended up taking it at about 5, and it was half of a dose. It was actually 1/4 of a full dose that I was prescribed, because I was prescribed 40 milligrams of Adderall because it's 20 milligram pills. Now, with that said, I never intended on taking 2 a day because I don't need to focus that hard for 8 hours a day. And I've also found natural ways to manage my ADHD symptoms, particularly in regards to focus. So with that said, I just took this because my therapist told me, if you check the last video, my therapist did tell me, the only way you'll know if it's for you, and you'll know within a day or two if it's for you, is if you try it. So go ahead and try it and see what happens. So I went ahead and did that, and I did start keeping a diary as suggested. To be honest, I really prefer so far my natural ways that I use to calm myself, to focus, and so on. I use many different tools. Some of those tools I'll go into in separate videos. One of those tools, the first one that comes to mind, is Toggle, which is an app, and I use the Pomodoro technique. I don't have the actual physical apple. I use the timer within Toggle, and it breaks down your time into 25-minute chunks, and it allows you to hyper focus in that way. Another thing that I use is various types of music. I will go ahead and use focus music. I'll just type in focus music into YouTube, and I'll listen to that. I'll put some of those videos here. Also, lo-fi has proven to be something that really helps me calm down and focuses me. And something about it having a beat is a little bit more appealing than just having the regular meditation music sometimes. Another thing I've noticed that really helps me is magnesium. Magnesium is so great for anxiety and different things. And a lot of people who have ADHD have anxiety symptoms. I don't consider myself someone who does have a ton of anxiety symptoms, but I've definitely noticed it acutely in various situations and during different times and reactions to different stressors, I guess. But back to what it felt like. Okay, so what it felt like for me taking Adderall for the first time. To be honest, I don't know if 10 milligrams was really going to be effective for me. I mean, I'm not a small woman. I'm very voluptuous and tall, and I didn't feel major effects. But what I did feel, I have to say, wasn't very pleasant, or the things that were pleasant, I felt them without the drug. So some of the pleasant sensations that I felt was kind of immediately, I felt like a sense of calm, a sense of well-being. I can't say that I already wasn't feeling that, but it was marked. I felt that after I took that. And I felt a tingling sensation. Not that that was really a pleasant thing, but it wasn't negative. I did feel that sense of calm, but I did notice that I still kept switching from task to task. I did get a lot done, but I got it done through switching from task to task. Now they say it takes you time to orient yourself to a new task. Each time you switch, you're like losing time, and you could get a lot more done if you focused on one thing and saw it all the way through. That's the purpose of the Pomodoro technique. You put 4 of those together, you've already done about 100 minutes of a task, hour, more than an hour and 30 minutes, and you might get a lot done in that time. I don't know if it really did anything. It definitely had an effect on me, but I don't know if it was so positive to the point that I would enjoy taking it often. So again, this is day 1. I took 1/4 of a dose, half of a pill, and I also took it late in the day. Now I had a pretty big meal, so I didn't feel. There may have been a twinge of nausea, but it's very hard to say if that was the Adderall or the food that I had. The food that I had tasted good, but it was very salty. It was from a soul food restaurant, so it wasn't probably the healthiest meal. I did drink plenty of water, so I didn't notice a bunch of dehydration. I still had my appetite. I only noticed that the following day, which is today, that I felt less of an appetite. But that, again, is kind of like most days for me. A lot of times I will not be hungry in the morning. I'll wait until 3 p.m. to eat. Sometimes I will wait until noon. Sometimes I wait till 5 or 6, and that'll be my first meal of the day, or sometimes my last meal of the day, and I may snack a little bit later at night. Keep in mind that I've been going to bed around 3 a.m. So in taking this for the first time at 5 p.m., I didn't make it to bed at 3 a.m. I think I made it to bed maybe 4, and I know I slept until about 1 p.m. this afternoon. Definitely not ideal. I felt like I couldn't sleep, but I was tired, but I couldn't relax. So Adderall definitely, even though there was that sense of calm, that coming down feeling felt like it was way worse than the benefits of that calm feeling, because especially if you can get it without taking it. I don't really know how else to describe it. I mean, it had an effect on me. It was noticeable. But the side effects, I also had a slight headache with it, on and off, just little twinges of like slight headache pain and a type of pressure, so there was that. I don't know if the ends justifies the means in this case, or if the means justifies the end, whatever the saying is. I don't know, because I've done so much work to find natural ways to manage these symptoms that I didn't even know were symptoms, to just manage myself in my life. It's like, does it justify taking this substance? So that's it. I know that this was definitely not a linear way of speaking. I don't know if you should ever come to this channel for anything linear. Like, if you want a linear explanation of something, I don't think I'm the person for you, because I'm going to talk in associations. That is how I think. That's how I talk, and it's fine. Just trying to give you an overall idea of how this drug felt. It's not a miracle drug. I was telling my partner this. I said, I don't think, like, he's very disciplined and regimented with his time. It has taken me time to get to where I'm understanding what times work best for me in order to work, in order to take calls and meetings, in order to sit down and really focus, in order to do yoga, in order to exercise, in order to eat. So I'm getting all these things together, and he's just like putting it on the calendar. And he revealed to me, he was like, I don't always do everything that I say I'm going to do when I say I'm going to do it, but I always make sure that I reschedule it. And I said, wow, like, people pay thousands of dollars to learn techniques that work for them, that they can employ in their life and make their life better from here on out. So kudos to you for like figuring it out for yourself. With that said, I am figuring it out, and I've got a routine that I'm beginning to really like, the 1 meal a day, eating later in the day. Let's see, just just different things that don't include what I would need to do if I wanted to incorporate this drug into my life. That's the real key takeaway that I want to give you, because it's a perspective that I haven't really seen shared. And it's very important. Like, you will have to alter your routine if it doesn't fit what this drug really can do, because it can keep you up. So if you don't eat in the morning and you're just never been a person who likes breakfast, I don't really know. I mean, they say you should really start early in the morning to take this, because it takes that much time to wear off. And the come down is, they say it's a mother, So I think, I took my Focus cocktail, which is the natural calm for kids. It has the L-theanine in it. It has magnesium in it. And I think I've definitely explained this either in my podcast or in the last video. I can't remember. But that helped with the symptoms of the come down. But I'm like, literally, that helps me focus in the first place. So maybe I can really just utilize something like that works with what I'm already doing. Just know that this drug will not give you the path to success. It will not suddenly make you understand what your next steps are. Like if you're a freelancer and you own a business like me, I mean, this is kind of what I want help with. And this is why I've employed coaches and mentors to help me, because they've been where I've been. And even though my experience is a little different, there is somewhat of a path in order to make money writing. There is somewhat of a path when you're starting a business. Some of these things are already laid out, and everyone may do them differently, but there's definitely a path. So as I'm learning to clear my own path and learn what works best for me, I just don't know if incorporating Adderall into my life is going to work right now. And like my therapist said, people with ADHD are very resistant to taking the drug. And I wonder why that is. It's because in planning and organizing, I'm learning. And if there is a situation where I'm up against a deadline and I'm just procrastinating to the last minute, I can see myself utilizing that and just dealing with the come down of it and managing that in a natural way. But I can't see myself taking it every day. I never saw myself doing that. And I can't even see myself taking it regularly, because the way my life is set up right now, my calendar is bay, and I'm learning to see way ahead of time if I have an extremely important deadline that means like money on the table, or just a really important relationship, or just something that's important to me, a goal that's important to me. I'm seeing it ahead of time, and I'm doing it. That pressure of a deadline, and especially of a check, really is a great motivator. So that's kind of what I want to get across. Adderall does not motivate you. It does not give you motivation. One girl was saying this. Her name is Larissa. I was watching her channel, and she was saying, like, it doesn't make me sit down and focus. I still have to do that. It's just that when I sit down, I'm able to have clarity as to what I'm supposed to do, and I'm able to actually do it. Like, for me, that has worked with some good lo-fi, a good to-do list, and trust in myself that these are the next steps that I'm supposed to take. So can Adderall give you trust in yourself and in your process? No, it can't. And my experience was just really different than other people who have said that it's just been like a light bulb turning on for them and all of these things. I did not feel that way with it. It just did not work that way for me. I still have that other half of the pill. I think when I wake up early in the morning, I will try it one more time. I will see, and I will do what I would do on most other days. I will prepare what I'm supposed to do ahead of time. I will know when I sit down at my desk, the tasks that I want to complete, because that's really what it's for. I mean, it's not like I personally wouldn't need to take Adderall to go out and socialize. Some people have said it makes them feel more outgoing. I don't have that problem. I'm a very outgoing, extroverted person, so I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use that energy to be able to network when gatherings really start opening up again. But I'm gonna prepare my day, and I'm going to take it when I wake up early in the morning, and that's it. So, and we'll see what happens with that. So I'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching, and keep dreaming. Happy dreamers.